Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. So I gotta quickly do this because in like a little bit less than like 7 hours, I have to go to work. So I need to do this as quick as possible. So we have right here all of season 3 rewritten and reimagined. Some of it I'll be bull crapping myself so I can do it. Because I don't have the last two episodes. The two episodes weren't last two episodes weren't finished, but I can put it in mind. And then of course the third to last was also like it was in the mind, but I was at work when I'm doing all this stuff. So, anyways, season 3. Episode 1 is Stormy Weather 2. This is on October 7th, a Sunday. The big thing about this is Hawkmoth is getting stronger and more understanding of his powers. The Akuma reason is, let's see here. Some people think she is a brat, using the fact of stormy weather to get Weather Girl. So basically, they're blaming her for using stormy weather as a threat to get the Weather Girl position, when it was in fact a hacked vote. So basically, she won, but they gave all the votes to the other girl, which they're friends now. Which comes in later. The details is her powers burst from mixtures of negative emotions. Her friend that was her competitor, originally brings her down to earth and tells the doubters off. So basically, the girl that won by hack, she became friends with her, and now she's telling them off, and is the one that brings her down to earth, giving Ladybug and Canoa the ability to do it. And at the end of season 2, basically, Cat Noir wasn't happy because he wasn't trusted enough to have Master Fu's knowledge and all that. So, unlike season 2 originally, where immediately in Siren, Fu goes straight to him and says, "I'll understand more. Here's the power up. Go ahead and do it." No, Cat Noir figures out himself. Ladybug brings back the power up. And basically, he keeps anger, but he still does the team. He teams up. Like Frozer, he goes by his own self and becomes his own hero. And in the last 2 episodes, he helps the team, but he still holds a little bit of a grudge for not, being told what's going on. So at the end of this, Fu does eventually come in as a Chinese teacher, and basically, here's the power-ups, here's what's happening. So he gets explained. So basically, after Heroes Day, he showed that he can be a true hero without being told. So he basically earned himself the knowledge. The end credit scene will be Max starts. Let's see here. Oh, he finishes. Or I think he starts making his own Miraculous game. Episode 2 is Gamer 2.0, October 15th, Monday. Adrian is 14. I forgot to mention this last few episodes, but they were just entering 7th grade. Now they're just entering 8th grade. So they're not even high schoolers yet. So Max's entire suit, instead of just the glasses from Gamer, where I said ones and zeros will run through his glasses, this will be an entire Matrix kind of outfit, the Matrix pattern. The Akuma reason is no one wants to or is too busy to test his game. The details is we get a look at we get more throwaway Akuma villains. That way Max can have a better game. Ladybug takes head against Gamer, making chat doubt his abilities, which doesn't help him. On the news of the Ladybug, the commenters on there, and a random speak out saying that he is a sidekick to Ladybug and is a bad hero. And Ladybug is too busy. So basically, in the very end of Gamer 2.0, Ladybug takes over and just wins the game against Gamer 2.0, which puts chat down. And then she's over here thinking everything's fine because they saved the day. She goes, does her own thing, but of course, Ladybug commenters and also people that are in crowds basically say that he isn't the greatest hero because Ladybug is always in the spotlight. So he's starting to get negative commentary on his heroing, which is stupid because any hero that's out there trying to save your lives, you don't put them down because they're putting themselves in front of you to get harm out of your way. But anyways, in the end scene, Kagami thinks on how to express her feelings to Adrian. Lila learns of her crush, Mari's crush, and plans. Episode 3 is Oni-Chan, so that's October 16th, Tuesday. Let's see, the Akuma reason is Kagami thinks Lila got with Adrian, so basically she starts doing lovey-dovey stuff with Adrian when she's trying to do a confession. Details is that Adrian watches anime thinking of ideas to ask out Ladybug, where Kagami pulls from romance movies and other things like comics. So they kind of pull from an like a fantasized source to try to be society standards. Adrian starts to research Lila, not knowing. So he basically researched Lila and figured out all the lies. So now he's like, bull crap, this girl is a complete false. So basically, he doesn't care about Lila anymore. He completely puts her to the side, thinking, I know that she's basically just bullcrapping for her entire life. So now he has that. After the whole Kagami put down situation and Mari's put down situation. Let's see, both Chat Noir and Mari try to confess but get their tongue tied. Both try to do an identity reveal. After the battle, Chat pays attention to Kagami rather than Ladybug. And then, of course, the end scene is another Akuma alert goes off, both Ladybug and Chat. And basically, they just say, another one in the same day. Are you serious? Now he's just getting aggressive. And Ladybug does say when she notices that he pays attention to Kagami, Ladybug says, now I might even lose my kitty to an Ice Queen. So, if you don't remember, I think it was Glaciator. Ladybug does have Chat Noir in mind. Like, she doesn't have a crush or anything on him, but she does say he's a forerunner for like dating. If she ever wanted to just try to date someone, she will give Chat Noir a chance. But of course, that is if Hawkmoth is defeated. And then of course, Adrian does know about Mari's crush, I believe. I might get into it here, but I believe I already covered that he does know Marinette has a crush on him. Season 4, Oblivio. This is the same day. More than one person can be akumatized if they touch the same object. The Akuma reason is that Alia and Nino tried to play a couples game and is caught red-handed and called childish. Shenur detransforms into a cardboard cat and basically asks what's happened at the end of this. Adrian and Marinette slowly get their hero traits back and prove that that even without memory, they like each other off the bat. And before Miraculous Ladybug, it looks like it's been faded. Oh, great. So before they use the Miraculous Ladybug, they kiss, and the internet now has that. So they have a picture of the kiss. End scene is Kitty section is being formed by Luca. Episode 5 is Silencer. October 21st. This is Sunday. The new location is a concert set up. The Akuma reason is that the music was stolen. The details is Mari Mari makes Jagged a album cover. XY is a hack. The son of Jagged's producer. Luca is silenced. Luca as silencer comes out to Mari with his feelings. And when he gets turned back, he regrets not saying into it. Like Marinette says, "You did bring this up. Does this mean you actually do?" And he's like, "I don't regret actually saying it. Yes, it is true." But he does show that he won't do anything until she's ready, because I also started here that Lucas self-sacrifice his feelings so Mari and Adrianette have a chance. In the scene is that Tom asks Marinette if there's a boy or girl in her life. So Tom is it's Pride Month, but Tom is he's a supporter of Pride, but he basically asks her and Marinette denies it. Episode 6, Weredad, October 28th, Sunday. This is Akuma Reason thinks that Shat broke Marinette's heart. The details are that Marinette and Chat Noir hang out, like watching movies, being drama queens, gaming, planning outlines, time to time. When Weredad is defeated, Marinette doesn't deny any feelings, but her and Chat tell Tom and Sabine of them hanging out. They just ask to use the front door and no late nights on school nights so they can join in from time to time. So basically, this is to set up Marishat. So this gives Marinette more feelings towards Chat Noir. But of course, again, not until Hawkmoth can she actually do anything based on him. And basically, the whole thing was that he walked in on the wrong time when they were hanging out, and that it was a boyfriend situation. Well, neither of them minded. Basically, they don't want to. They both had their own goals before they actually try their own selves, which is weird because Marinette's Ladybug, Cat Noir's Adrian, love square bullcrap. But basically, this is just the fact that Marinette's feelings grow for Chat Noir. Now it's not just I'll date that guy. I'll actually, because they're spending more time with each other, she actually starts developing feelings. And Chat Noir takes note of this. And basically at the end of it, now Tom and Sabine, they do have him politely go through the front door, which can be used for season 5 because there's no Marishat friendship or anything in the actual show, which is kind of stupid because they will literally bounce off each other. But now he has to politely go through the front door. And if it's a school night after a certain time to go home. So basically respect our rules, and now Tom and Sabine can actually have a relationship with Chat Noir. Episode 7 is Feast. This is on Thanksgiving. Fu does mention that there are other past Miraculous. So he does actually go through even more of the old history of Ladybug and Cat Noir. The details are that Mayora can't use a lot of the Peacock Miraculous because it can cause more harm and illness caused during its use is permanent. So basically, every time it worsens her condition every time she uses it. At this point, Fu's past is discovered. So basically, how he was a apprentice to the Guardians, and then he went to go do his thing and was a child, and he got taken from his family, and he was hungry, so he had a sentient monster go and do it, but ended up taking most of the Miraculous and all the Guardians and the Temple, and basically the Mother Box, which is the main Miraculous box, is the only surviving thing from that. And it's all Fu's fault for doing that. Gabriel does explain that during a trip, he does discover the Butterfly and Peacock Miraculous, and that the Miraculous was already cracked when he found it. So during one of his many trips, he does travel to where the temple would have been and does find both the Butterfly and Peacock Miraculous, finding that the Peacock Miraculous was already broken, and this developing why Emily is gone. The Guardians do return, and Fu does regain his staff, his apprenticeship staff, which does set up the fact that Marinette will become Guardian, but now she has a staff in this one. When he does start training her, the end scene is that Lila is about to be a few new. What the fuck? What am I saying here? I don't know what I was writing. I think I was just jotting down, but Lila's about to a few new strings. I think she's about to pull a few more strings on her plans. Episode 8 is Cameleon. This is February 8th. Lila and this is on Sunday. Lila and Gabriel take here and there before they talk here and there before they get a bigger plan. So this is explaining why Lila isn't in a lot of the episodes, is because they're actually talking out the plans and thinking it over. The Kuma reason is that Gabriel plans with her. So basically, this is a plan that they formed. The details that a few people mistrust each other after this in the confusion, and for a possible Scarlet Moth plan. So basically, now there's a few people that are starting to mistrust each other and build negative emotions that maybe become a Scarlet Moth situation again. Like Hero's Day. The end scene is that Mary and Nate officially publish their Mark and Nate officially published their comic with Ladybug and Cat Noir's permission. It has a few twists versus the actual, and a movie director offers a movie deal for him. So I will make this comic a reality. And episode 9 is Animaistero. This is February 21st, a Saturday. Akuma reason is no one gives the director credit. Details that the PV version is shown a little. The director is named after a voice actor, man or woman, so it doesn't have to be Thomas Ashcroft. Chloe and Mari join forces to avoid any romance between Kagami and Adrian. The Dupain Chain Bakery caters to the movie premiere, giving an idea of why they're called the #1 bakery in Paris. Adrian's favorite flavor is passion fruit, and he starts a new acting career by voicing in the movie, which I believe in the original context he was Cat Noir, which is kind of dumb, but I feel like he should be like a main villain or something. End scene is on a calendar owned by Tom's mom. Is Tom's birthday and a photo of their... Okay, so basically on a calendar, Tom's birthday, and right next to it is a photo of the wedding between him and Sabine. But there is a scribble over what is supposedly her husband / the father of Tom, which goes into episode 10, Bakerix. This is February 28th, Saturday. The new location is Mr. Dupain's residence. The Akuma reason is the world's changing with more choices and differences. The details is Mari comes across the previous picture that her grandmother has, and when she asks, she's denied info, so she goes home for any pictures of who she presumes is her grandfather, finding an unaltered version of the same photo. She recognizes him as an older gentleman that keeps to himself. It's revealed the end that Tom and Mr. Dupain had an argument when Dupain Chain Bakery was getting set up. He showed Tom his family recipe for Sabine to add a spin on it that is also one of her family's recipes to bread making. So basically, this is basically Marinette finds the picture that was in that end credit scene, asks her grandmother about it, but she denies any clues. She goes home, finds the same picture, probably among like a chest or something, and she recognizes the person. She's went by the same person, goes to the person, and it is her grandfather. And at the very end, it is revealed why, which is basically just it's not no. Some people have called it the fact that he didn't like the fact that it's a Chinese and Italian family now. I don't know how many people had that theory, but it's a dumb one. But basically, in the show itself, has said that he didn't like how his bread was messed with. He had a recipe. He had taught Tom it, and Sabine put a little twist on it. Anyways, the end credit scene is that Chloe and Sabrina are playing superheroes, and Chloe gets bored of Sabrina. A fucking adult woman playing with Chloe. Episode 11 is Miraculer, March 2nd. Monday, the Akuma reason is that Chloe doesn't want to play with her because she's boring. Details that Ladybug and Cat Noir have Chloe explore things with Sabrina, and what she wants to do to be a better friend. The end scene is that Bunnix comes through a burrow time hole. So basically, Bunnix is revealed in the end of the cutscene. Episode 12 is Time Tagger, March 5th, the Thursday. Akuma reason is in the future. Chris is a lover of older music. So following his brother Nino, he is a DJ and he doesn't get many gigs for having a lame music. Sending people to live out their lives in the old days. So the details is that Mari is to be unreliable after taking her promise back for babysitting Chris, having almost cancel a date between Nino and Alia. We see future Bunnix, Alex, which is revealed to Ladybug and Cat Noir. And in this universe, the Rabbit Miraculous wasn't in the Miracular box either, like the Peacock and Butterfly. So the previous to the feast situation back when Fu was getting trained, the Rabbit Miraculous got lost. The Miraculous got lost. And it is discovered later by Alex herself. We see the costume design and voices for both future Ladybug and Cat Noir. Cat Noir gets a green lining, where Ladybug gets a black lining, kind of like her upgraded suit in Season 4, but she does have wings like a Ladybug. Hawkmoth learns he loses the Butterfly Miraculous in the future. The end scene is that Alia and Nino do get to go on their date. And they found a replacement. We see Chris vibing to older music and Lila as his babysitter. And she hides a necklace and some test answers, finishing with "You'll pay Dupan chain." So basically, she's already messing with the youth mind. So it is hinted that she may be a future Hawkmoth, since she's already planning with the original Hawkmoth. But we also see the future. We also see the next episode, which is basically she's setting up for Ladybug, which is basically she's gonna frame Marinette with the stealing of the necklace and the test answers. And then speaking of that, episode 13, this is Ladybug, March 6th, on a Friday. The details is Lila frames Mari for cheating in school, stealing, bullying, and injuring her, getting her expelled, and losing all but Nino, Alia, and Adrian. She as friends, and she has to find a way to prove her innocence. But Lila covers her tracks so well that Alia, as a sleuth, can't even catch her, and Mari can't set foot on the property. She's grounded, and until her parents find another school, she is to work in the bakery. And Mayora, after failing to Scarlet Moth a lot of the people at the reveal of Marinette, because she got sick and had to transform from Catalyst. Actually, she was Catalyst. I don't know why I put Mayora. She was Catalyst and was powering up to Scarlet Moth, and he tried to akumatize a lot of people, but she felt ill, so she had to get knocked out of the catalyst form. So let's see. She takes it upon herself to make a Centipede monster to look like to Ladybug, and she tried to trick Cat Noir with romance. Ladybug gives a little accountability in chat. So she doesn't account for him much anymore, because if he can fall for something like that and not see through it, like, this isn't how I act. I can't really trust you or count on your word anymore. When he almost falls for it, chat all after this shuts down any advances, only mistaken ones, since his heart was betrayed. So basically, after this, no more flirty Cat Noir. He does it here and there out of just a pure moment, but he doesn't do grand gestures or anything anymore. He's kind of just, he just got his trust with the Guardian, but now people aren't caring about him as a hero, and now, Ladybug has put him down more by something that looks just like her, and he basically said, if I can't even have my heart on my sleeve, then what can I do? So he doesn't do his flirt anymore. That way no one can use that as a advantage anymore. Adrien, in the end, starts to notice everyone apart from a feeling of betrayal. Okay, wait. They start to miss Mari. Okay, so everyone that had a sense of betrayal from Marinette, they do start missing her. So Adrien does notice this and say, okay, I can find some way around it. So Adrien is the one to only a few who sees through light. So he's the one who researched Lila. So now he can see through her lies and gets ready to force her into a confession or have a past so Mari can come back into school. Which, of course, she just goes off in illness, which Adrien and Marinette aren't going to do anything about it, because it's fine. They got her back into the school until they can prove her completely. That's what they're going to have to deal with. Gabriel sets Lila as a model partner for Adrien for being an ally. He allows her to lie to get into it. So basically, she says she has this huge modeling career, but Gabriel knows otherwise. And at this point, Lila does not know Gabriel's Hawkmoth, but she has a understanding that it may be. But right now, the identity isn't uncovered. They've been talking through Akumas. And basically, Lila goes to Gabriel and has, hey, I have all this modeling career. And basically, he says, this is perfect. Not only can I have her close to Adrien, so I know all the stuff around him, but now I have a reason to keep her close and understand if she's going to betray me or not. Giving Adrien an opportunity to basically, hey, stop bullying Marinette. The end scene is that Plague warns Adrien of his building emotions. So with all this betrayal and all his heart getting failed, Plague's like, you need to stop, kid, because things are starting to build up in you that you haven't released to anyone but me, and it's going to be scary here soon. Episode 14 is Chat Blanc, which is March 18th, Wednesday. So the Akuma reason is too many emotions and reveals. We do get to see the Love Square reveal, after the reveal. So the details is that Mari isn't. Oh, so she is not a creep or a stalker for Adrien in this one. So it's a reminder. She has ideas for gifts for everyone. So she doesn't have just a box of 100 gifts for Adrien. She has ideas for gifts for everyone. Not just Adrien, but all her friends. For most of the situations, like marriage or something broke their heart or something, she has ideal gifts. Alia thinks it's just for Adrien, but Marinette points out the fact that I haven't mentioned it. So she does have a schedule that goes over not just Adrien, but everyone's appointments and things. That way she can schedule, like, hey, you want to hang out with this one because you have it off. So she basically takes a point of what people are doing. That way she has an idea of what they can do. And basically, between the gifts and ideas and the schedule, Alia calls her out for it, but Marinette's like, chill, I'm not that creepy for a crush. This is for everyone. And by the way, don't you have a date with Nino? And that's like the shot back. Let's see here. So Adrian's 100th product for modeling and a fencing tournament are arriving, and Marinette makes a barrette to celebrate the occasion. So both the 100th product he is modeling for, and he's also in a tournament right now that he's going to be a part of. So for celebration of his 100th product and a little bit of a courage booster for any future tournaments, she's going to make a barrette. But she does accidentally add a heart as she drifts away about Adrian. She's scared now to deliver it now that there is a heart on it. And the rest of the girl squad, excluding Alia because she's with Nino right now, push her to go. Adrian sees Ladybug leave the gift. Marinette remembers to add her name because of the bubbler, but loses the time, basically because she's just entering her crush's room. She's all of these things, all of this stuff. She doesn't, smell or anything, but she just like, oh, this is where this person I hold to a high standard is, and she kind of loses track of time, and in her like stumble to get it done, it makes her lose time. So Adrian walks in on her, leaving. Bunnick's time starts to be erased and goes back to fix the timeline. So she starts seeing things are leaving and getting changed, so she goes back in time. Adrian is able to connect Ladybug and Marinette, also revealing that he had a crush on Marinette. So basically, so I told you, I think it was Troublemaker. I know you have a crush on me. The thing is, he also had Ladybug and Kagami, and Marinette's a friend and didn't want to ruin it. So basically, he knew about her crush, but with this reveal that Ladybug and Marinette are together, he says that's perfect. My crush on Marinette is now able to hold on to my crush about Ladybug. And then, of course, let's see here. And then, of course, the feelings for Ladybug blocked the idea of Marinette. So basically, he did have an idea that he held it to a standard, but not the full crush. We do get to see Marinette's reveal of Shat being Adrian, and Chat Noir and Ladybug reaction to Hawkmoth's reveal. The end scene is that Adrian is he's invited to a wax museum for a wax sculpture creation. So anyways, basically Chat Blanc is just, here's an alternate time where all these other feelings for people that they actually fell in love with, the first love, it blocked their emotions for further people. And while they do start growing that emotion for that third or second person, because technically Marinette is Adrian's second person on his list. Like, he doesn't want to date Marinette because she's a friend, so he doesn't ruin that. So he'd rather date Kagami. Where same thing with Marinette, she would like to date Chat Noir after Adrian fails, but of course the hero thing blocks her from doing that. So Luca is the third. So Kagami and Luca are the third options, while the alternates are the first and second. This person blocks me from dating this person, and this person is the only one available right now that's holding my feelings. Anyways, back to the Wax Museum, because we're running out of time, and we're only on episode 15. The Puppeteer 2, April 1st, Tuesday. Lots of jokes are going to happen. April the Akuma reason is no one wants to play with Manan. The details is that Thomas Oxtract is a wax head cameo. He isn't a character, but you do see his head. That way, the original creator is noticed. Ken plays pranks on both Ladybug and Marinette. So basically, to be a friend, he pranks Ladybug, and then of course we do have Marinette trying to confess to wax Adrian, but ends up being Adrian. So he sees her at like all the shields broken down and talks fluidly about her crush on him. Nino and Alia, I keep messing the two up. They prank each other and try to joke with leaving Manan, like, oh no, I guess we're gonna leave you. Oh no, like most people are gonna do that to kids. But she is akumatized before they come back and say, oops, April Fools. Marinette tries to practice. Okay, I already did that one. And the end scene is that Kagami is lonely, less else than Adrian. She doesn't have any friends and wants to be a part of a competition that's a tag team search. So basically, this episode is basically everyone's playing pranks on each other. Marinette kind of slips on Adrian's wax sculpture self and tells all the emotions right there, and then which makes Adrian be like, okay, yep, definitely. There's no joke or no proof needed. That kind of just gave it away. And then of course, only reason Manan got between, no one wants to play anymore because they're at a wax museum. But of course, when Alia and Nino are pranking her, she takes it literal and gets akumatized. Episode 16 is I screwed this up multiple times during the original. This is April 5th on a Saturday. Ikari Gozen. I can say Gozen, but the Akuma reason is that her daughter disobeys. This is the mother of Kagami. The details: after losing a fencing tournament from Blanc, Kagami's mother pulls a hard work overload on her. You have to do better to beat that aggressed boy. Kagami tricks her way out of doing lessons for the tag team competition from the end credit scene, and this is getting held by the pop star that turned into Frightened Gale, and she wants to get new friends, and Marinette joins the competition and becomes her partner. And at first, Marinette's feelings for Adrian clouds her judgment of Kagami, but she learns that she is worse off than Adrian was when he first got to the school. Ladybug gives her a chance at being Ryoku, the Dragon Miraculous holder. She is a loner till Ken and Ladybug start to teach her about being part of a team and to listen for the better. Even with the far behind position, Marinette and Kagami do get second place in the competition. So basically, she's learning to be a part of a team. She's learning to respect and have respect of others. She does gain Marinette as a friend. And then, of course, she does get to be the holder of the Dragon Miraculous, which is kind of weird. In the original one, they gave her identity out immediately. In this one, she isn't going to go straight up saying, "You're my mother." No, that's not how it works. We're going to act like she's just an actual Miraculous holder. The end scene, I have to make this one up. Jagged Stone firing Desperada's character will be the end credits scene, and this is of course being fired for the Akuma reason. Episode 17, Desperada, April 6th, Sunday. The details is that Jagged Stone tries to get a guitarist, but she breaks the roommate rule about food and goes to the Caffeine's residence. Luca Coffin, I think it's Coffin. But she goes to he has to ask Luca and Julika's mom to return as his guitarist. So it's revealed that she was the guitarist for Jagged Stone before the twins were born. Marinette's emotions blur her vision again by picking Adrien to become the snake holder. This becomes Aspic. His hair is slightly different with a green frosting tips. There is no cover. It's a hair like normal, but with frosted tips. After failing for the equivalent of 3 months, Ladybug takes back the Miraculous and gives it to Luca for him to become Viperion. And the end scene, after, Desperda is forgiven by Jagged Stone, but the end scene is that Max's mom starts to study for the test to become an astronaut. Episode 18, Startrain, April 11th, Friday. This new location is London and the train station. The Akuma reason is the results are given back on a time, are not given back on time, making her worry if she failed. This is the first ever underwater bullet train. And the details is that Max's father studies take him away from his home a lot, and his mom tests to be an astronaut because their son's smart. He can fend for himself, and they'll still love their son, but they need to go through their own lives. Adrien sneaks to class for the trip against Gabriel, and Mari is troubled that being LB will stop her from going on the trip. But Fu gives her the horse Miraculous just in case there is a problem back home. So here you can go on your vacation but come back home with this Miraculous if things happen. Ladybug sees Max use his smarts to help so he can... so basically Max helps the best he can, and then when things get dire, they give him the horse Miraculous to become Pegasus. Both Ladybug and Cat Noir's identity are hinted at towards each other. Hawkmoth's range is limited, so basically Startrain was not under his control because when this train left the station, the Akuma was out of his range, but it still akumatized the nearest negative emotion. Gabriel grounds Adrien to his room, and the fan from Gorzilla, which was turned into a friend, they have plans to go do something, but are canceled because Adrien is grounded. Episode 19 is Party Crasher. This is April 14th, Monday. The Akuma reason is that he isn't invited to a party. Let's see, the details is being grounded. Adrien is, he has canceled the study night with his friends, and of course the outings with his fan. So the boys, Nino, Max, Kim, and Luca, sneak and bribe their way into the Egrest mansion from Gorilla and start to party. This is attracting a lot of attention around Paris, including Mari. Mari gets a suspicion of the party and asks the Gorilla if everything's fine, which turns out everything's fine, so she just is about to go on her own merry way because if a bodyguard is saying it's fine, she doesn't want to poke any more prods because that's just creepy. And she turns to leave, but then Adrien's fan is turned down whenever he gets to the door and gets rejected for being a part of the party. So he gets akumatized, which locks Marinette into the facility and, party crasher stuff. Fu, who has gone to this party, is having fun, and when the Akuma strikes, he gives Adrien's friends the respective Miraculous because he was told by Mari, the previous holders she gave it to, because he is the guardian, so he needs to know all the Miraculous holders' identities, and he gives Kim the monkey Miraculous to be King Monkey. Gabriel is in his lair and hears the party, and he goes to investigate, but there is a power outage getting him stuck in an elevator and stopping Emily's life system, because in this one, to Paris, she has disappeared, but Gabriel is holding her on a life system because the Peacock Miraculous have made her so ill that it put her in a coma. The end scene is that Fu notices his lover but walks away. The lover from Mr. Pigeon, she sees him at the last second walking away before he's out of sight. Which, of course, we have episode 20, backward, or April 16th, Wednesday. The Miraculous made her lose too much time with Fu. The details is Fu and the lover were in a war, and some of the opposers of the war learned the Miraculous and tried to hunt Fu down for them, but she protected him so he can go back into hiding. In the end scene is that, of course, Fu and her do make amends, but of course that has to be in secret. End scene is that Alya's twin sisters and Chris are playing, but of course, even though he wants to play something else like rocket ships and all that, they want to play dolls. Episode 21 is Chrismaster, April 19th. This is a Saturday. Chrismaster will be losing his Santa Claus appearance and be turning into any form of a toy. So basically, his power is to play any game. So Red Rover, tag, freeze tag, all those things, hide and go seek, and toy soldiers and all that. He will turn into that form to go with that game. Anyways, the Akuma reason is that no one wants to play what he wants to play. The details that Nino has been leaving his brother with the twins, Marinette, which she also has Manon, and most of those are just girls, so there's no boys or anything, and Nino's gone, so there's no brotherly time. And he either is going to go see Alya, a group of friends, go on a date with Alya, or hanging out with Adrian, which is very rare, so he gives no thought when Adrian calls. And in the end, Nino promises to spend time with him, even with him having plans, and this inspires Ladybug to spend more time with Chat Noir and the rest of the heroes. So basically, this is basically Nino's lesson of, hey, I know you have all these friends, and you should have time for them, but this is your brother. Even if you have plans, you can go ahead and do your plans, but make sure you have a little bit of time of that day for your brother. That way he isn't left out of everything. Let's see here. And then of course this also shows that Ladybug has been realizing that she's been kind of departing from her partner and her other people that she put in the Miraculous holder pose. So we start getting more and more of the Miraculous holder she's given so far. And she also has time for Cat Noir to build his confidence back up a little bit. Let's see here. Hope I need to get some water. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. So the end scene is that Gabriel is told of the passing of Emily's twin sister, Amelie. Her husband died. And we also get to see Felix, their son. So the uncle died, basically. Episode 22 is Felix, April 25th, a Friday. Instead of Lady Wi-Fi, Princess Fragrance, and Reflekta, we're going to let the boys have a turn at being the group because we do have the Gang of Secrets, and I'd rather have them come back for that. And that's for a Marinette situation. This is for an Adrienne situation, which, of course, I want to have the Bubbler. And then, of course, since I don't know fully if this is what they're supposed to do, but technically everyone sees Julika and Rose as the lesbians. Let's have the gays, Mark and Nathan have a turn. So we have the Bubbler, Illustrator, and Reverser. The Akuma reason is that Adrian rejects their message. So basically the details is that there's a flashback. Adrian and Felix are playing together. Adrian does get along with his aunt and uncle. So there's a connection. The ring Gabriel wears, so that ring he wears is revealed to be an heirloom about Amelie and Emily's family. Adrian has told Nino his family had a loss. This one making him remember his mother. 2, Nino goes to the guys in the gang and make a positive video to send out positive vibes. Felix can pretend to be Adrian and reacts and deletes the video that the gang made for him. Marinette does take a chance at leaving the door open for a relationship on the video. So at the very end of the video, instead of easing into the fact that she likes him, basically openly says, hey, let's make an outlet for it. You can be with me. Like, she's not trying to be a jerk about it, but of course, she's also leaving the door open for something better for him. Let's see here. Let's see, and Alia reveals that the entire gang either were told or learned by themselves that about Mari's feelings. So Adrian is seen to be the only one to not know about her feelings, even though he fully knows that he just doesn't want to act on them. Felix steals the ring for his mother and learns about Gabriel being Hawkmoth. He just needs to get evidence. So the next time we see Felix, his big thing is trying to find evidence for Gabriel. He also has the ring to kind of be a counterpoint for Gabriel. The end scene is that Plague goes to eat Miss Mendeleev's cheese, and she sees him leave. Episode 23 is Kwami Buster, April 30th, Wednesday. The Akuma reason is no one believes her. The details is that Tiki follows Plague to learn what he's been doing. Marinette uses the Mouse Miraculous to become Multi-Mouse to cover her identity. The Miraculous can be united, so she uses both the Fox and Mouse to become Multi-Fox, which we also see the Ladybug and Cat Noir mixed with the Mouse, which I believe is Multi-Bug and Multi-Cat. Adrian uses his fan from Gorilla and Party Crasher as a decoy for his identity, with its clothes just with a helmet. And Miss Mendeleev is told by Chat to leave the investigation and research of the identities and the Kwami creatures alone for everyone's sake. The end scene is that Marinette asks for help modeling some outfits and jewelry, and Julika kind of looks at herself, kind of feeling herself up, saying, I can do this, I can actually model for Marinette, I can get myself out there, because she does want to have that kind of connection to people, and she also wants to kind of push that kind of career. Like, of course, we never saw her explore anything else, but she can be the only one of the entire group that actually wants to be a model, because right now we don't know if Adrian wants to continue being a model, but right now she's the only one who wants to be a model. Episode 24 is Reflekdoll, May 2nd, the Friday. Akuma reason is that she has body image issues, so whenever they do try to put the clothes and the jewelry on, she doesn't feel herself anymore, and she feels like she let people down with how she looks, which, by the way, at the end, everyone sees that she is beautiful and lets her model it. But of course, the details is that there's that a cataclysm can do a sentient monster in and make it lose control. Mr. Bug is a smart but not good with a yo-yo. You can also see his green eyes instead, like mine. You can kind of see. And then Lady Noir has blue eyes instead of the green, so she's got an entire blued out content. That way she has she has a different kind of thing from Cat Noir. But she cannot use the stick correctly, so extensions make her go fly. She also hits herself in the head with it a few times. Let's see here. Oh, so most Miraculous follow an animal theme, and there's always even though it's been proven wrong by the Zag and all of them, but there is supposed to be people write in instincts in most of the people, like especially with Cat Noir, they think he should have more cat instincts, like how he lands and all that kind of tells you. But the flirting and the like poking and all that, that is like an instinct for a cat. And I think Marinette can't have the self-control Adrian does, because Adrian was taught to have complete self-control, where Marinette, she's a normal person, so she kind of lose a little bit of self-control when it comes to all these random feelings of let's mess with this. And of course, the ending scene, we'll go ahead and say that there was going to be the anniversary of Anthony and Audrey's wedding. Which, of course, episode 25, here we go. Here's the two I have to kind of bullcrap about. Episode 25 is Love Hunters. I will say I'll put this probably on the next day. I'll put this in within the weekend. That way we're still within the school year. Because I still have to write season 4, which will be not this week, next week. Because tomorrow we'll have Owl House seasons 1 and 2 summarized, which I have to still do before this night is up. We have to try to get 3 weeks ahead. And then I also have my driver's instruction coming on, so I need to get this stuff caught up as fast as possible. So let's see. This is going to be the 3rd, and episode 26 will be the 4th. Love Hunter will be episode 25, and I'll say Miraculer Queen will be episode 26. So the 2-part special about Battle for the Miraculous. I feel like the only thing we learned from the Love Hunter is the fact that even though she has a friendship with Kagami, she still wants that ability to have out with Adrian. So she interrupts the date with Adrian still, and has her become Ryoku. Kagami does say, like she does say in the original show, I do know about my friend's emotions, and I do want to put her ahead, but here's the thing, is she's been choking up for almost a year, and I've been giving her opportunities. Hell, she probably made some opportunities. I haven't written out the entire show, but she probably gave her some opportunities, and she just let them go because she was too embarrassed. So Kagami, not wanting to waste another second, has to make a stand for the mans. So she doesn't want to feel guilty about it, but she still wants to be a good friend. But yet she's had her opportunities. And I guess the ending scene will be, of course, the 2 things will actually be in the heat of battle. Ladybug goes to get Master Fu and a Miraculous, but Hawkmoth has Mayora hunt them down. She thinks she gets rid of Mayora, but Hawkmoth is right around the corner. So of course he discovers the Guardian, and the second scene will be, of course, him giving the Miraculous box to Chloe, who's feeling betrayed because she was trying to get a Miraculous to try to help more, because she hasn't had that many opportunities as a hero ever since Heroes Day. She's maybe had a few of them here and there, because her being one of the only people that has a known identity, is the one that has a known identity. But I feel like they wouldn't give her, but they still give her an opportunity here and there. But she's mad and she wants to have a chance to prove herself, but of course it gets squandered, and Kagami gets the opportunity. So now she's giving opportunity to be the holder of the Miraculous. In episode 26, basically she doesn't want to betray Ladybug, but she says, I'll still be a better hero over Paris. She doesn't care about the Hawkmoth and Mayora stuff happening. She's just saying, I'll be a hero for Paris. Which both Ladybug and Kenora say, we want to protect Paris, and you're siding with the people that are trying to hurt Paris. And of course she becomes basically the controller of both Miraculous holders and the controller of the basically Queen Wasp. And we basically get all the holders of the miraculous come in, and either they are given their miraculous or in the forms of both Kagami and Nino, they are being used. So after episode 25, Marinette tries to return the Dragon Miraculous, but of course Fu was discovered and so was the Miraculous Box. So she still has the Dragon Miraculous. And then Fu is using the Turtle Miraculous to be Jade Turtle. And basically, Hawkmoth uses a creature from Hero's Day to try to break down his shield. And before he can do it, after everyone's finally beaten, of course, it's a face down. Basically, everyone is now in control of themselves, but of course they've timed out a lot. All of them have timed out of their miraculous, so they're stuck around and help whatever they can, but of course they can't do it because their miraculous needs recharging. But of course the second they try to recharge their miraculous, Hawkmoth comes their way. And of course also Mayora is also trying to track down, is also trying to beat down Master Fu, so it's kind of like either give up or you try to make a stand. And Marinette gets a key that Fu instantly realizes what it is, and it's basically, he reveals that he has been teaching Marinette secretly everything she needs to know to be a guardian, and he gives her the abilities and the control over the miraculous box, which it's kind of stupid how it's done in season 4, but it does get locked up and closed up, and Ladybug is the only one who can truly do it. And of course she also has a console control where she can use it through her yo-yo. But